The fate of Eric Ridenour is now in the hands of the jury after 3 days of testimony. Ridenour is facing federal charges related to the arson of 2 historic churches in Douglas last year.
And our News 4 Tucson's chief investigative reporter, Corus Nylander, has been covering the case from the very beginning. Corus, you join us live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Tucson. What's the update?
Yeah, well, Monica, we're now in the nail-biting phase of this trial. We could very well possibly see a verdict come down here tomorrow. The jury has left for the evening after just about an hour of deliberations that they had just started. This case moved very quickly, in large part due to Eric Ridenour, who's defending himself in this case without an attorney. He didn't call any witnesses in his own defense. He didn't take the stand, and he barely cross-examined any of the prosecution's 15 witnesses they called over these past 3 days. Federal court doesn't allow any video inside of the courtroom, so we can't show you any of it. But I can tell you during closing arguments this afternoon, prosecutors reiterated to this jury that they believe Ridenour burned down St. Stephen's Episcopal Church and First Presbyterian Church in May last year due to what they said was his growing anger over those churches' acceptance of women and homosexuals within the church and the church leadership, and that the video evidence and the evidence of the lighter fluid found on scene being traced back to him prove it. For Ridenour's closing, he simply stood up and questioned the practice of witnesses being sworn in before testimony. He read a piece of some sort of scripture suggesting it's against God to swear on his behalf, and said that there's no way, because of that, for him to get a fair trial in this case. He said that's why he did not take the stand, because he would not be sworn in. I spoke with one of the main pastors from First Presbyterian Church who has been observing this trial, and he says that his congregation, they will persevere.
I would tell him my grief and my sadness, not just at the act and the violence of the act, but also the clear hatred towards women and homosexuals that is in his heart. He's clearly discriminatory against them, and that is not the love of Jesus.
And we're officially on verdict watch, speaking with a lot of the impacted church members that have shown up during this trial. They feel the government did a great job building their case. They feel this is an open and shut case, but we did see quite a few jury questions just before the day ended here, seeming some questions about some of the evidence. So anything can happen in these cases. We'll have to wait and see. They will resume their deliberations beginning tomorrow at 8 a.m. We're live from downtown Tucson. Corus Nylander, News 4 Tucson.